Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
That's what I'm talking about. It is Tuesday, and all of our guests today brought to you by the Whistler Golf Club. Outstanding golf in the month of October.
Oh,
it's still open. We're joined now by Ross Tucker from the Ross Tucker Football Podcast, CBS Sports, and Westwood One. A little disappointed because the New York Jets have just fired Robert Saleh today.
That's right.
As their head coach. I wanted to talk to Ross about his Kansas City barbecue experience. Maybe we'll have time to do that in a bit. But first, this just came down moments ago, Ross. You look surprised. Robert Saleh fired by the New York Jets. Do you understand what they were thinking? They're 2-3.
Well, you said they. I think by they you mean he is thinking, and he is Woody Johnson, the owner. And I learned a long time ago as a rookie that the owner is the owner and can do whatever they want. And it was Marty Schottenheimer who told me that way, way back when I was a rookie, when Daniel Snyder fired him after we went 8-3 in the last 11 games. I don't know Woody Johnson. I've never met him. Might be the greatest owner ever. I would just submit to you, when you look at the sheer volume of coaches, GMs, and quarterbacks that they have run through there over the last 10, 15 years, at some point, you have to start to wonder, what is the process whereby we're hiring these people? Now, I said on the Ross Tucker Football Podcast on Monday, they're not a well-coached team. I mean, they almost set the record on Sunday for pass interference or defensive holding penalties in one game over and over and over again. And then offensively, they get beat by the same blitz as the week before. They've got guys coming free. It doesn't look like they know when they're supposed to be hot or not. They're objectively a poorly coached team. That does not mean, in my mind, I thought this was the right decision to fire Robert Saleh after being head coach with Aaron Rodgers for 5 games. But yet, here we are. I think sometimes these owners can be impetuous. They have expectations when they're not being met. I think at times they probably feel like they want to do something about it, which is understandable. A lot of times in life, we want to feel like we have control. We feel like we can make a decision that can alter our fate. And we'll see whether or not that happens.
Ross, you tweeted out watching that game in England between the Jets and Vikings that it's hard to imagine Aaron Rodgers playing again next year. What are you seeing with him?
Well, number one, he doesn't look like he's having any fun at all. I mean, you just look at the body language. You look at the facial expressions. He is like straight up not having a good time. Okay, that seems pretty clear. And he's just getting hit, and he's always like limping or getting up. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, he's made a ton of money, and he's got a lot of other interests, and he's 40 years old. And we'll see. And maybe they can turn things around now that they fired Saleh, and maybe it'll be all kumbaya at the end of the year, and he'll come back. But let's put it this way: if this were the Even Money betting podcast, I would be betting that Aaron Rodgers does not play football next year.
Ross, the Seahawks, what a horrible loss at home to the Giants. The defense gave up 420 yards. They made Daniel Jones look like John Elway. He didn't even have his top receiver or his top running back. How much are you concerned with the Hawks these days?
Very, very, because it feels like they're going the wrong way, right? Unbelievable movie, by the way. You're going the wrong way. How do they know which way we're going?
I like that. I like that. Yeah.
So good. But no, you would expect it to be the opposite with the new head coach and Mike McDonald. Now, in fairness, I think the schedule has gotten tougher, but it's not like, the Lions on a Monday night was one thing, but the Giants at home, That's a totally different deal. And they were thoroughly outplayed in the game. I mean, think about what the score would have been were it not for the Rayshawn Jenkins 102-yard fumble return for a touchdown, which was a 14-point swing. The Giants were the better team. The Giants deserved to win. Seattle better get it fixed quick because Thursday night against the Niners is going to be here before you know it.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, listen, the Browns are 1-4. They haven't scored 20 points in a game yet. They haven't reached 300 yards passing. The coach says he's not taking Deshaun Watson out. This is a $46 million quarterback, Ross. What is going on there, and how long can you watch this with Deshaun Watson?
Well, I think we're going to find out. They just owe him so much. By the way, nobody, and I mean nobody, is happier about the current Cleveland Browns predicament than every other owner in the NFL.
Yeah.
The minute they signed Deshaun Watson to a 5-year, whatever it was, $230 million fully guaranteed deal, which kind of upset the apple cart in terms of the status quo in the NFL, you know that all those owners desperately wanted this to blow up in Jimmy Haslam's face. They wanted it to fail. And guess what? They are getting exactly what they wanted. I actually did the game the week before on CBS when the Browns played the Raiders. I thought Deshaun Watson played well. I thought Deshaun Watson was one of the best things the Browns had going in that game. But certainly that was not the case against the Commanders. It is difficult to watch. And, you know, I always wonder in these situations, does Kevin Stefanski even have the ability to bench Deshaun Watson? And if you do bench him, where do you go from here with all the money that he's owed? I mean, what do you do with Deshaun Watson in that contract? It's why people don't do these contracts, because it'll be an albatross hanging around the Browns' neck the next couple of years.
All right, Chiefs beat the Saints 26-13. You worked the game for Westwood 1. Man, he's so good. What is it like working with Kevin Harland?
He is the best.
Oh, my gosh.
He is. You know, I'm not like comparing myself as a broadcaster to him. He's like a legend. I'm, a journeyman just trying to make my way. But I have a huge appreciation for people that I can tell genuinely love it as much as I do. And Kevin Harlan loves it. He can tell you the history of radio, sports, broadcasting. I mean, he loves every second of it. There's no place he'd rather be. And that's the same as me. So I think it's good when we get to work together. And, you know, we were getting text messages from Kurt Warner, who typically does Monday night after the thick pick by Colin Saunders on Monday night. Kurt Warner was so upset that he missed the viral moment. I said, listen, this wouldn't have happened if you were here. It had to be a big guy like me in the booth for that play to go down. Had to happen that way.
Yeah, that was something to watch. Okay, Travis Kelce, 9 catches last night. Where's his game at in his 12th year in Kansas City? I still want to talk about the barbecue, but let's talk about Travis Kelce right now.
Well, we can certainly get to the barbecue. You know, I don't think Travis is moving quite as well as he did maybe a couple years ago. I'm also not sure it really matters that much. I think he's still moving well enough. He's still beating people with his savvy, his brains. I don't know that he's going to get some of those really big gains that he used to get. I don't know that the run after the catch will be the same, but he's still a very, very effective player. I think he showed that again last night.
Yeah, love the lateral. Okay, you're in Kansas City. You have the barbecue. What was the name of the place? Jack Stack BBQ. You showed the menu.
It was Jack Stack BBQ.
And what did you order? What did you order?
I posted on social media at Ross Tucker NFL. If you're not following me, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. What did I miss? TikTok. What are you doing with your life? Rick follows me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
What are you doing with your life? So I got the beef burnt ends. I got the baby back ribs, and I got sliced turkey, which most people don't get, but I like a little sliced turkey sometimes, right? And I was already getting the beef burnt ends and the ribs. Then I got the beans. I'm a big beans guy at a barbecue place. And then the cheesy corn, because I'm crazy healthy like that. to get corn, to get a vegetable. Rick would never. Okay?
No, I love corn. I love corn.
Absolutely delicious. I got to tell you, though, afterwards, they only had a couple desserts. Any place that has a warm brownie or like a warm chocolate cake, and you can get ice cream, number one, you must, I repeat, must get an extra scoop of ice cream because every bite has to be the contrast combo between a little bit of warm brownie and a little bit of vanilla ice cream, a little bit of warm brownie, a little bit of vanilla ice cream. It's so good. It's so good.
Good to hear. Hey, and by the way, thanks for having the turkey, no doubt in honor of Canadian Thanksgiving, which is coming up
well, that's what I was
this weekend.
Thinking. I knew I was going to come on with you guys. I wanted to make sure I paid homage to. Yeah. I mean, what did you guys do? We're the what you guys did the same thing we did? You sat down and had a meal with the Native Americans? Are they Native Canadians?
They are.
Yes.
That's coming up this weekend. We'll get back. We'll get back to you on that. I want to ask one more thing. How much fun did you have watching Vanderbilt upset number 1 Alabama on the weekend?
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, Donnie. I really am, because there were a lot of upsets over the weekend, but that one in particular, because I did 2 Vanderbilt games last year on TV. I did Vanderbilt UNLV, and I did Vanderbilt against Georgia. And, you know, they're the also-rans of the SEC. They're like the laughing stock. They're the school that's not really a football school. I hope every one of those players got a picture on the field with that scoreboard behind them where it said Vanderbilt had more points than Alabama, because you know what? They will remember that for the rest of their lives. Until they have kids, that should be the screensaver on their phone. That picture with that scoreboard. I love knowing not only the players, but the coaches and a lot of those fans, a lot of the alums, they had a life-altering memory, right? They had a lifelong moment that they will remember forever. That's what we love about sports, right?
I think we caught your screensaver there. It's the beef burnt ends from Stack BBQ. Ross, thanks for this.
All right, sounds great. See you guys.
You bet. Ross Tucker.
Adios.